Hi everyone. I wanted to just come and do a little video on modelling exam technique. Now I know that this is secondary specific and I'm in the Department of English if that's of interest to anyone. But I just wanted to come and share a few kind of modelling ideas just in case they're useful. So one thing that we do in my department is we drill our step-by-step approaches. So for each of the questions for the exam papers that the students sit for English, we've created a step-by-step approach, and we've done that by calling back papers from the exam board, analysing what students have done successfully, what they could have done to improve, and merged that with the examiner comments to make sure that we've got a well-structured, robust step-by-step approach for each question. And then we drill them and we drill them and we drill them and until students feel really confident with applying those approaches themselves. Another really useful way to model things to students is through walking, talking mocks. Now I know that this is not a new process, but it's something that we found particularly useful at my school. So a walking, talking mock, for those of you that don't know, is where a teacher would walk through basically how to approach a question. So modelling that metacognition, that thought process behind answering a question, so that the students can see that process in action. There are a number of ways of doing this. So we've done them where we've got the students in a hall, and I've used a visualizer to physically write the answers to questions whilst the students watch, and then they have a go with a different paper or a different extract. Another way of doing it is pre-recording videos. So we had a mock exam, for example, and then I created little mini videos for teachers to use in their classrooms. So it was a video of me writing a clear response, so not a top band response, somewhere in the middle of the mark scheme, and then teachers would pause the video and students would be asked to either make that response perceptive, so top band if they were an able group, or perhaps continuing to write the response in the same kind of style that I'd written it. By watching the teacher do that, and then it's a novelty of not having, I guess, your teacher in front of you explaining that too, worked really well at my school. Also class models. So I love these, particularly with Key Stage 4 classes. We will have a look at a quotation together, for example, in English. We'll analyse it together on the board, but then I will model the process of actually writing it up, because a lot of students find it difficult to go from the planning process to it actually materialising on the page as a response. And so by, again, listening to the kind of metacognition behind crafting a response, by contributing verbally to a class model, I find that I get a lot more out of my students when they then go on to write their own responses after that than I would have done if I'd have just said, off you go. So I find that those work really well. And finally, another thing that we've been kind of working on, I guess, as a school under the current world that we live in, is YouTube teacher-led guidance. So having a YouTube channel and having little mini accessible video clips that model specific skills to students. So for example, it might be analysing a quotation, something general that they can apply then to a number of different tasks, activities and texts. We found it really useful because students really engage with those because it's online, and that's something that they enjoy engaging with. So I hope that was useful. If you've got any questions, then please let me know.